choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Because that goal will serve to organize and measure the best of our energies and skills. Because that challenge is one that we're willing to accept, one we are unwilling to postpone, and one we intend to win, and the others too.
All Apollo missions were carried out openly in the full view of a world audience. Thousands witnessed the Saturn V rockets blasting off from Cape Canaveral. Television audiences around the world witnessed the successful splashdown of the capsule in the Pacific Ocean. NASA provided live TV transmissions of astronauts walking on the moon. On the face of it, all was transparent and open to scrutiny. But was it really so transparent? From the moment the rocket disappeared into the sky in Florida, and the final retrieval of the capsule in the Pacific Ocean, the only source of information was from one single informant, and that was NASA. The mass media simply echoed the official NASA's story, and the pro-NASA devotees eagerly accepted everything. There was no independent verification from any other source as to what happened in between. But the world audience was convinced that all was true. Project Apollo is a detective story of gigantic proportions covering 15 years of scientific research. It involves several thousand technical documents, days of audio communications between the astronauts, hundreds of pages of mission transcripts, thousands of photographs, and hundreds of hours of video. In faking the Apollo missions, it is inevitable that some errors were made. British author Trevor Weaver has painstakingly researched this evidence, and together with the work of many other dedicated researchers, has identified those elements of deceit in which the fakers made errors which expose the fakery. Trevor Weaver is the author of 2 books on Project Apollo. His first book was written at a time when he believed that the Apollo moon landings were true. This first book, Man on the Moon: Fact or Fiction, is available on Amazon. It is an impartial investigation into the evidence for and against the Apollo moon landings. As a result of the research into this book, he became aware that there were some elements of the story which did not stand up to evidential scrutiny. As a result, he produced a second book, The Apollo Moon Hoax: How Did They Do It? This second book highlighted those incontrovertible elements of the story which were clearly untrue. This book is also available on Amazon. Now in his third book on the subject, The Apollo Moon Hoax: Exposing the Deceit, Trevor exposes many new elements of the deceit which incontrovertibly show that the Apollo missions were faked. This third book will be available from the Amazon bookstore in January 2021.